to my top 50 games of all time. This week we're going to be covering numbers 20 through number 11.
Number 20, Flashpoint Fire Rescue. Flashpoint Fire Rescue is a cooperative game where you're playing as firefighters and you attempt to rescue victims throughout the house. The fire spreads to other parts of the building and it causes structural damage. It could block your way of just moving around the building. And each player, you spend action points, either extinguishing the fire or saving a victim. If 4 victims perish in the fire, you lose. Or if you rescue 7 victims, you automatically win. This game's a blast. Have always had fun playing it. Number 20, Flashpoint Fire Rescue. Number 19, Everdale. Everdale is a tableau / worker placement game. And on your turn, you can take one of 3 actions. The first being placing a worker, which gives you the choice of gathering resources or drawing cards or taking other special actions. The second thing you can do is play a card, which is playing it into your tableau, and you're trying to build up 15 cards in your tableau, whether it be critters or buildings. And sometimes you need a building and a critter to build a different building. It's pretty cool how that mechanic works. Or you can prepare for the next season, which is where you gather all your workers back and you gain another worker. It's a lot of fun. Number 19, Everdale. Number 18, Jaipur. Jaipur is a card drafting hand management game. It's where on your turn you can either take or sell cards. If you take cards, you have to choose between taking all the camels that are out or taking 1 card from the market, or swapping between 2 and 5 cards of your own out of your hand into the market. And if you sell the cards, you can only sell them for 1 type of good that you have in your hand, and you receive that many chips of that type of good. You also want to keep collecting camels, because if you have the most camels at the end, that's a good thing. And I just really enjoy Jaipur. It's a quick little game. And that is number 18, Jaipur. Number 17, Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters. Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters is a cooperative game where you're going around this house trying to collect different gems. But there are ghosts in the house that don't want to give up those gems. So you move around and hopefully you land on one of the spaces with a gem. You picked it up, try to get them out of the house. If you collect all of them and get out of the house, you win the game. But if you land where there's a ghost, you have to fight that ghost. If there are more than 3 ghosts in a room, it becomes a haunting. And if there are 6 hauntings, I believe, then the ghosts win the game. It's a lot of fun. Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters. That's my number 17. Number 16, Rescue Polar Bears, Data and Temperature. Rescue Polar Bears is a cooperative game again. I really do like a lot of cooperative games. In Rescue Polar Bears, you are having a ship and you're trying to go out and gather enough data. If you gather enough data, you'll win the game. Also, if you rescue the polar bears, you are trying to break up the icebergs, rescue them. You don't want them to fall into the ocean and perish. It's a really hard game to win. We have never won it, but I enjoy it. It's a touchy subject, though, with polar bears passing away. But again, like I said, it's a fun cooperative game. Have really enjoyed it. That's my number 16, Rescue Polar Bears, Data and Temperature. Number 15, Legendary, a Marvel deck building game. Legendary is a cooperative deck building game where you use the superhero pile and you buy more superheroes to build your deck, and you fight the villains and the mastermind who has a scheme which has different things for his abilities. He may get stronger. Actually, when you do defeat him, he gets stronger each time, and he has different things that will happen with master strikes. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy Legendary. Like I said, it was my number 1 game for a while, and it's one I'm always going to come back to, and that's number 15, Legendary, a Marvel deck building game. Number 14, Tanto Curate. Tanto Curate is a deck building game, and in the game you are playing the Lord of a Mansion, and you're trying to hire different maids to fill out your house. And the goal is simply just victory points. And the way you acquire those victory points is by purchasing each maid or love cards that will allow for different strategies. And you can purchase private maids, which will give you bonuses or will affect your opponent in a negative way. And then there are different versions of this game. There's the Oktoberfest version, which we have. All the art is anime, but I really love this game. Number 14, Tanto Curate. Number 13, DC Deck Builder. The DC Deck Builder is a deck building game with the DC theme put on top of it. You start by picking a superhero, and then you have a special power from that. Then you'll take your hand, play 5 cards, and buy, from the center row, you'll buy other heroes, villains, special abilities, locations, things like that. And then there's a supervillain that you'll fight, and each time you fight that supervillain, he does fight back. So you want to make sure that you do have some defense in your hand. I really enjoy this game, even though it's a simple deck builder, and that is my number 13, DC Deck Builder. Number 12, Parks. Parks is a worker placement game where you take the role of 2 hikers as they trek down different trails across the 4 seasons of the year. While on that trail, you are taking actions to collect memories, and these memories are represented by various resource tokens like mountains and forests. And then you collecting these memory sets will allow you to trade them in to visit national parks at the end of each hike. With that, like I said, there's different trail. The artwork is gorgeous in this. That's part of the thing that draws me to it is the absolute gorgeous artwork, and that is number 12, Parks. Number 11, Gunki Mono. In Gunki Mono, players take on the role of a shogun, sending out their troops, which are these little domino-shaped tiles. And they're composed of infantry, archers, spearmen, cavalry, samurai. And when you lay down each tile, you choose between wanting victory points, honor points, or a mixture of both. And then you want to build up your areas because you can add strongholds, which are the little towers there. And I don't know, I just really like this game. It's a tile placement game that I had a blast with. We played it multiple times right in a row. It's my number 11, Gunki Mono.